Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate you. So first off, we hit 30,000 subscribers, which is bonkers to me. That happened and I was like, oh, cool. So hi to everybody who's subscribed since I last posted. Thanks for being here. Thank you to everybody else who's been here for however long. And yeah, so today, we're gonna be doing what we do best and reacting to some fat acceptance TikToks. Okay, I just filmed like the first two reactions and I realized I wasn't recording, so that's how this is going. Anyway, I am scooched over and ready for some ready to react to some shit, so let's go. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Before I get into the reaction, I will say first, before I start like playing it, this says, I can't do this anymore, bro. Please free yourselves from these audios. Y'all are very skinny. So, already starting off super strong.
Gorgeous, gorgeous girls have a lower belly pouch. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls really don't give a fuck.
So, obviously that audio is for girls celebrating and learning to love their lower belly pouch. I think this is a-okay for anybody of any body size to do, especially girls, because in the society that we live and most of us now have grown up in, having a lower belly pouch is very frowned upon. Unfortunately, even though it's a very normal thing. And oftentimes, it's like your organs. Like, if you're really thin, your lower belly pouch is like your organs. Like, or fat protecting your organs. So it's like, this is necessary. I will say, and this might be kind of a hot take, so don't at me if it is. I almost think it's more, like, demonized in society for an otherwise like thin person to have a lower belly pouch than it is for a fat person to have a belly. When you look at a fat person, you're like, okay, yeah, like they're fat. Like, all right. And I should put this here. I am fat. I'm not skinny. But I did have weight loss surgery in 2018 and I've lost about 100 pounds since then. I am combating some regain, but it's still like a considerable amount of weight loss. I used to be 315 pounds. I was fat the majority of my life. I still am over 200 pounds, so I'm still not like super duper thin. And yeah, so I say fat like they're fat as like a very neutral term. Like I'm not putting anybody down. I just like putting that disclaimer in here. Or if you look at a thin person and then they have a lower belly pouch, I don't give a shit, obviously, but society does, and which sucks. And so yeah, I think it's almost a little bit less acceptable for thin people to have a lower belly pouch than it is for a fat person. Having been on like both sides of that spectrum, yeah. So that's that. This is a short one. I just wanted to start with that. But, guys, today is a big day because before we get into our reactions, I need to take some time to give a big thank you and shout out to today's video sponsor, Bellesa. I am so excited to officially be a partner with Bellesa because they have been my go-to for sexual wellness products and spicy entertainment when the mood arises, if you know what I mean. Bellesa is a by women company for all things sexuality, meaning like sex toys, spicy entertainment, erotica, sex ed, all of that kind of stuff. Bellesa's mission is to empower everyone to embrace, explore, and just celebrate their sexuality. And even though I had most definitely already purchased things from Bellesa in the past, they were still kind enough to send me over so many things, and I tested them And let me tell you, they work. So the first one I want to feature is the BuzzFeed Pebble. And I'd actually been looking at this one for a while, but I had something that I thought was similar to it already. And so I kind of held off. And one of the things I love about Bellesa products, they come in these little compacts. They come in these cute little compacts, and the compacts also hold a charge, which is super cool, but they're so discreet. Like, you wouldn't know that this is a sex toy on, like, if you just had it sitting on your desk or something. Like, you wouldn't know. It looks like a Polly Pocket. Like that. That's what I thought initially when I saw it. But then you open it and it's like, surprise! Fun times ahead. Anyways, so this little guy, this packs a punch. My God, has this become one of my favorites. It has suction and vibration options, which are controlled independently. It's also designed to fit just like perfectly in your hand, and like it does. It feels really good in your hand. And like I said, this cute little storage case holds a charge, which is awesome. Waterproof and made with super duper soft silicone. Like, it's just, and I personally think something like this would be great for beginners because it's basically like 2 toys in one. And it also has 0 annoying pattern modes, which if you know, you know, okay? There's no funny business, no unnecessary anything, exactly what we need. The other one that I want to talk about today is the Finger Pro. Now this one, also great for beginners in my opinion. It's also a really nice upgrade for those of us who like going acoustic every once in a while, if you know what I mean. And it features this egg-shaped paddle with 105 textured silicone rods. And the center does this. It does that. So that's something I didn't know I needed. And it's also waterproof, made with the same medical grade velvety smooth silicone. It also has like 10 speeds on it, so this thing just keeps rocking and rolling. So yeah, this is also a very fun time because like, come on, like, anyways. Sorry, I'm so excited for this sponsor. Anyways, my friends and I at Bellesa are literally sending out free vibrators and gift cards to anyone who signs up to enter the giveaway below. I have entered these through other creators, and the last time I did one, I got a $50 gift card. So you really have nothing to lose, and it's going to be a lot of fun for everybody involved. I pinky promise you. So check out the link in my description below to enter that giveaway, and let me know what you get in the comments because I want to know, okay? I am curious. I am nosy. I need to know. And like I said, I am so excited to be working with Bellesa, and I'm so excited to be able to introduce you to Bellesa. And yeah, so thanks to Bellesa and thanks to you guys for continuing to interact with my content, so companies like Bellesa want to work with me. When I tell you that I was shocked when I saw their email in my email, I was like, cool, we're making it. Anyways, yes, thank you to you guys, thank you to Bellesa, and let's get into the reaction. So this is saying, them, body positivity, me, what about people who lose weight? And this is the sound, and then it's a stitch.
Hey, that's not the same. Okay, can you?
Hey, fat
Hi.
people aren't mad at you because you lost weight.
Yes, you are. Sorry, I'm pausing a lot. Yes, you are. You are mad at people who have lost weight, because why else would people who have lost weight be like excommunicated from fat acceptance spaces and now body positivity spaces after they've lost weight? Why does that happen if you're not mad? There's a lot of stories out there like this. Not fat people, just fat activists and quote-unquote body positive people are mad at you for losing weight.
Mad because the second you did, you used your thin privilege to body check, shit on other fat creators, and discredit a movement started in the 1960s by fat, black, queer, and disabled women to fight against fat oppression. You're not under attack because you're skinny now. You're under attack because you're fat phobic.
Okay, first of all, I really like this person's nails. They're very cute. I will have to use those as inspo for my next set when I do these. Anyways, I don't body check other people. I body check myself more than I body check other people because my self-esteem and self-image now is much worse after losing weight than it ever was before I did. And I've said that in other videos and people have thanked me for saying that, so I'm saying it again because goddamn it, it's true. Also, and this made me want to make this point, I don't ever want people watching my content, and to see someone who has lost weight who is now shitting on fat people. That's not what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm still not thin. I'm still very much teetering on plus size. I'm on the lower end of plus size, but I do have to wear plus size clothes most of the time. I'm like a size 14, 16-ish, depending on where we're shopping and what we're shopping for. So yeah, I don't ever want people to see this as me having had lost weight, thinking I'm better than these people, and shitting on fat people. That's never what I want my content to come across as. I just grew up in the body positive, which wound up being fat acceptance space, and having gotten a lot healthier now after having gotten up to 315 pounds, I now am able to realize, sorry, one of the bobby pins in my hair is like falling out. I am now able to realize like how harmful these communities are to everybody involved. And I just feel like it's something that's really important to talk about. I will never shit on a fat person. Like, that's just literally or figuratively. I will never shit on a fat person. Because I know what it's like. Like, I know what it's like to be that way, like to be there. And I know what it's like to be treated as less than for being fat. I do not diminish that experience at all because I experienced it. And I've experienced the positive side effects of being more socially acceptably big. Like, I'm very much like curvy now, and being smaller than I am now. And so I know that there is a difference in the ways people in society treat you, for sure. But I also don't think that all people who have lost weight shit on fat people or hate fat people. In fact, most of the people I know who have lost a considerable amount of weight have so much empathy for fat people and obese people. Like, even people who are smaller than me now after they've lost weight still have so much empathy. And I hate these blanket statements that they put on things. And again, I brought this up in my last reaction video. Well, she's talking about the body positive movement. The body positive movement was not started by fat black queer women. Factually, that's just like incorrect. And it makes me really uncomfortable when non-black people bring in the race argument to this just to add another level of marginalization to their cause. Because their struggles, black people's struggles, black women's struggles, are not your struggles to co-opt for your movement. And also, as a queer person, myself, also hate that they bring in the queer element too when it's factually untrue, to add another marginalization to things. Because while I have been extremely lucky, I haven't experienced a lot of negativity towards me since I've come out. So many people in my life have. And it makes me so frustrated. It's a struggle that unless you've gone through it yourself, I'm sorry, but you don't get to talk about it. Like, you just don't. Anyways, on to the next one. Marissa's back. So this says, what thin, cis, able-bodied white women should do when it comes to the body positive movement. The music is saying, drink water and mind my business. And I love drinking water and minding my business. Also, Marissa's in her underwear in this. And this is not me being a prude. Obviously, I just got sponsored by a sex toy company. But as a person who's online, I just... And is frequently pantsless in her offline life, I can't imagine, like just posting me just doing things in my underwear, just living life in my... I can't get there, and maybe that's just a level of confidence I have not reached yet. I don't know. But yeah, she's in her underwear in this one for whatever reason. It's not really adding to the point. And I would point that out if she was thin. Just saying, I think it's weird. So thin, cis, able-bodied white women should drink water and mind their business when it comes to the body positive movement. And again, this just ties back to the tale as old as time of fat acceptance, fat liberationists, quote-unquote body positive people, gatekeeping the movement, which is not what it was started as. The body positive movement was made for everybody in every body. And it was meant to celebrate things that might be different about you or whatever. And yeah, like body size was part of that, but it wasn't all of it. And the fat acceptance movement, I made another video about this. The fat acceptance movement has co-opted it and made it just about fat people. When in the beginning, body positivity was never just about fat people. And I will say that till I'm blue in the face. Because I hate that they've just like overtaken this really what was a really great thing and have made it all about us versus them, hating thin people and not thinking thin people can have insecurities. I know thin people have insecurities, and you know what? That's allowed, and that's okay, because honestly, everybody has insecurities, regardless of gender, regardless of body size, and everybody should be able to find some sort of comfort in a community who is also insecure about the same things. And it breaks my heart that these people have completely just taken the body positivity movement from those kinds of people, from those kinds of other people who may be thin, who may be cis, who may be able-bodied, who may be women, who may be men, whoever. They've taken it from those people, and now they have nowhere to go. Like, and it's really sad, because I feel like the internet's a really beautiful thing for finding people and, like, communities like that. And I definitely have for certain things in my life. And it's great to have people to just be able to talk to. And that's why I have a Discord server, by the way, and everybody's welcome. I don't care, like everybody's welcome in my Discord server. And you're welcome to talk about pretty much anything. There are some rules, but they're right there before you enter it anyways. Because everybody has insecurities, and everybody has problems, and nobody's insecurities or problems should be diminished based on the size of their body. And I even mean that when it comes to, like, fat people and fat acceptance people. Like, I know it's a hard way to grow up. It's a hard way to live. But honestly, so is being super thin, and so is having other issues. And, like, everybody's struggles can be different, but they also require the same amount of care. And this kind of snarkiness that the fat acceptance community creates surrounding thin people's problems is not helping anybody. It's making people dislike them, and it's making the thin people looking for a place to find community have an even harder time. So, yeah, that was a soapbox. Anyways, on to the next one.
You all know there's, like, not a single disease that's exclusive to fat people, right? Just checking.
So that's Abby. I used to follow Abby pretty closely because she wears really cute clothes, and I still follow her on Instagram, to be completely honest, because I do really like her clothes. Regarding this, yeah, I don't really know if there are any I went to art school, so anybody who has more knowledge in this than me, sound off in the comments. I don't think there is any, like, single disease that is centered around fat people. But from personal experience, I do know that a lot of diseases are made worse by obesity, and you're at much bigger risk of them if you are obese. I just know that's a thing because I experienced it. Like I've talked about before, when I was at my heaviest, I was pre-diabetic. My liver was not functioning properly, so I was on track to developing a non-alcoholic fatty liver. And overall, I was just like straight up not feeling good, not having a good time. And my blood work, I think, was also starting to get kind of funky. Yeah, and then after I lost weight, that all went away. And so it, like, literally, like, I got my blood work done and my doctor wrote me and was like, hey, you've reversed everything, good job. So from personal experience, I know that while there may not be a disease that is specific to fat people, I do know that fatness and obesity does indeed make things a lot worse. And if it's not making it worse now, it will. I was just lucky that it happened earlier in my life, so I was able to do something about it before it, like, totally took over my entire body. So, yeah. On to the next one. So this is saying, so this girl is like doing a hypothetical situation, and it says, wow, you're so skinny. And then she goes, hypothetically, she goes, well, you're really fat.
Switch places with a fat person right now or stay in your skinny body. Which one you taking? Exactly.
This is a stitch, by the way.
And irritated me for the last fucking time. Because thin women were just mad. Damn near sending me death threats at my last recent viral video because it didn't directly cater to your opinions, needs, feelings, and desires. But now y'all want to be in this comment section talking shit like in the video in Kiki Can? So do you want to be the victim or the bully? Because you can't be both. It's the way that y'all act like being thin isn't the fucking beauty standard for me. It's the way that y'all act like y'all don't receive privilege for being in a thin body for me. Being called fat and being called skinny are not the same thing. And I'm not going to explain it to y'all because y'all already fucking know that it's not. Which is exactly why y'all always make videos asking people to reassure you that you're not fat. Like, y'all really fucking kill me. This is exactly what plus size women be talking about with y'all. Y'all want to sit up on this app, make these content videos talking about, I'm so sad, I'm so insecure, body dysmorphia, body dysmorphia, body dysmorphia. But then y'all turn around and talk shit about bodies that are larger than yours. Like, nobody even cares that this entire platform has become a safe space to bully and degrade plus size women on a daily. But you know what? It's cool, because I'm going to just move accordingly. I'm going to move how y'all move, because now I don't give a fuck. This video was definitely boo boo tomato tomato.
Okay, so the whole video that she stitched was basically like, okay, if somebody says, wow, you're so skinny, why can't I turn around and be like, wow, you're so fat? Because pretty much that's the same thing. Like, I grew up with a lot of very thin friends, and who, like, literally couldn't put weight on no matter how hard they tried, because that's just how their body is. And I have since met a lot more people like that in my personal life, and those people have all expressed to me how frustrating it is for people to constantly, for people to be constantly commenting on how thin they are. And while yes, being skinny is the social norm, I still feel, or thin is the social norm, I still feel like thin people oftentimes get shit on for being super thin. Like, how many times have you heard people, like, tell a thin person to eat a cheeseburger or whatever, like something of, or like compare them to looking like a drug addict or things like that? Like, that's horrible. It'd be horrible to hear as that person. And like, and also, while for women, yes, being thin is the social norm, I still feel like there is a difference in that it is being thin, but still having curves is the social norm. But so if you're thin, like super skinny, but don't have a naturally curvy body, you're still gonna get made fun of for it. For sure. Like, you hear, like, guys comment on really thin girls, like, looking like teenage boys. I've heard that many times. So, like, nobody can win. And so, I just think, again, this is creating a bigger divide, which goes against everything that fat acceptance and body positivity preaches. And yeah. So, yep. Okay, on to the next one.
Then people never understand the song Fat Funny Friend. It's trending right now, and people are using that sound to talk about how they disappoint their parents or their teeth are yellow. How can I explain to you all that as a child, fat people grew up hating themselves, thinking about ways that they can cut off their own flesh so that they would be accepted by society? I dreamt about being ill, having cancer, getting in a car crash, having my jaw fucking sewn shut so I wouldn't have to eat. That is in no way comparable to you having yellow teeth. And this started when I was 8 years old. I was a child. To this day, anytime I get on the internet, I am told that I'm a waste of space, that I should kill myself for being fat, that I'm gonna die at 30 anyways. Y'all will never understand what it's like to grow up fat.
So, okay. That is, this person's talking about this song Fat Funny Friend by Maddie Zom, I believe is the name of that person. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, and I'm sorry, but it's a great song. It's basically about the struggles of being like the fat friend in a friend group, and talking about how she's drawn out in Sharpie where she'd take the scissors if that's what it'd take for her to look thinner, and talking about how you can't be too loud, you can't be too pretty, basically you just can't be too much, that kind of stuff. It's a very beautiful song, and when I heard it I was like, damn, that's relatable. But the thing about music is it's art, and art can be taken literally, or it can be taken however the consumer wants to take it. And if people who aren't fat are relating to this song, then more power to them, you know? And the caption on this says, "Call me a gatekeeper, I don't care, y'all don't get it." So, like, yes, when I was growing up, I was always really fat. And luckily I never experienced too much bullying for it. That is something I am still grateful for to this day. But still, subconsciously, I was not happy with myself. And I did wish that I could just, like, cut my fat off to be thinner. And I did wish that, like, something would happen to me that would force me to lose a shit ton of weight so I could come back to school looking skinny and whatever. I did think that sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not to say that people who aren't fat can't relate to this song because they've never experienced the same thing literally. Feeling like a disappointment to your parents, I'd imagine, is a horrible, horrible, horrible feeling. Feeling inferior is also a horrible feeling, however you're feeling inferior. Having yellow teeth. I get comments on my teeth sometimes because my teeth just naturally have a yellow tint to them, no matter how much I brush them or whiten them or whatever. And honestly, comments about that bother me more than comments about my body. And there is a lot of socioeconomic implications and, like, societal implications of having what looks like poor dental health. Tiffany Ferg did a really great video on that, and I'm gonna link it down below because I think it's a great video. Yeah, and so, like, I think if you are bullied about anything, or you feel like you have to make yourself less than for any reason, or you for some reason felt inferior to your other friends growing up for any reason, I think you'll be able, or you felt inferior to anybody for any reason growing up, I think you'll be able to relate to this song, like, horde, you know? It's a great song. And honestly, and I'm not, like, commenting on this for any other reason, but Maddie Zom, the girl who wrote this song, is not super big. Like, she's not thin, but she's not super big either. And in any other context, in any other instance, I feel like this same person would be diminishing her struggles because she's not super fat. They, like, cherry pick their arguments, and, like, they cherry pick their stuff for, like, every argument they want to make. I feel like this same person and anybody in the fat acceptance movement, it'd be like a Remy Bader situation where they're not super fat, but they're not super thin either, but fat acceptance people would still be diminishing their feelings and their insecurities in any other context. But this song was talking about growing up as the fat friend and having to, like, make yourself less than because you're the fat friend. So they're going to take it and use it. And I think it's a great song. I think it's a beautiful song. I think it brought a sense of solidarity and community on the internet for a while, and it was really beautiful to see. And I saw people of all body types saying this. And just because someone looks, like, outwardly thin does not diminish how they feel. And that is, like, a really important thing for me to, like, emphasize, because I got treated like that a lot with my chronic illness. People would be like, "Oh, you look fine," but on the inside I felt like crap. And hearing that really made me second guess my feelings and how I was feeling. And I'd imagine it's something similar, like when you are outwardly thin, but you hate your body, and people continue to comment on how thin you are and how you look great. I feel like it would be something similar. Let me know. I wouldn't know. I've never been thin, but let me know, because it sucks. It sucks hearing that from people, diminishing how you feel on the inside based on how you look on the outside. And nobody deserves to do that to anybody. And so, yeah, that's why I wanted to include this one, because I did see, like, thinner people using this song to make TikToks relating to how it made them feel. And at first I was kind of confused, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, but then I was like, wait a second. Just because they look like that doesn't mean they don't have bad feelings on the inside. Like, it doesn't mean their noodles not playing games with them, you know? And so I was like, cool, let people use it, let people relate, let people commiserate online, because what else are we supposed to do these days? Yeah, anyways, that was the last one. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Leave all your thoughts and opinions down below. Don't forget to go check out the link from Bellesa down below to enter my giveaway. We're giving out free vibrators and gift cards to literally every single person who enters. So go do that. And let me know what you got down in the comments below too, because I want to know. If you've made it this far, leave the pumpkin, like the jack-o'-lantern emoji, because it's going to be October on Saturday. So, yeah. Because I'm filming this on the 29th. So, yes, leave the pumpkin emoji if you made it this far. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Thank you to Bellesa. I love you all so much. Drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, all that good jazz. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.